That was a warning shot.
Because I rolled the highest was a 3. I missed all of them.
Pappy, his fine, customized spacesuit materializes around him, and he's going to fly over towards the ship.
I think hiding the artifact is one of the most important things we can do.
A lot of people have died in this spaceport. Don't make us add you to that list.
Everyone like bursting into action, and Taloo kind of just like giving it a sigh and just like casually like walking over.
Chaag didn't already get on board. I assumed he was ahead of me. Where is he?
Special delivery, and I throw more detonators. Can I kick Jaina in the head again?
Her helmet is partially cracked, now showing one glowing gold eye.
Ooh. The eye sends its scions out in asteroids.
That's nice.
You've been chosen by the eye. You shouldn't feel any sort of shame.
It's other people.
This giant 20-sided stone.
Rocks can't talk.
In a back corner of Club Carcino, you don't see Deathblaze's bodyguard.
Deathblade's dead.
Oh, are you sure she's not napping?
No pulse detected.
You hear the music outside stop.
Can I like try and sense what's through the door without opening it?
3 new figures. You then feel whoever's mind you're touching lock onto yours. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Jester's Space Court. I am your Galaxy Master, Jonas Tintenseher, and with me, as always, we have Sky Swanson.
Shot slinging, margarita drinking. Man, why can't I be sleeping? It's Jane Dexheart.
That was delightful.
Wow, I love
It's
that.
like a Cribs opening.
We have Rachel Kordell.
Senses the fourth wall and wants it to go away. I'm Taloo Devuna.
I thought the way we were going with that was going to be something like May the 4th wall be with you. And,
Next time.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Cut
It's
it.
territory.
Cut that from the episode.
Casey Reardon.
The spacefaring, overall wearing pilot of the Scarab, it's Pappy.
Whoa!
Ooh.
You guys are doing great with these.
Wow. I feel really in sync with Pappy this episode.
We have Seth Coveyou.
And I play Chaag, the mineral badass.
Yeah.
Classic, sturdy, reliable, just like Chaag.
One thing. Always.
One thing by that, huh, Seth?
Yeah. It's a good rule. It's worked out so far.
No, it is good. It's good. We
It's
need
good to have a bar.
We need our rock. Wink.
You gotta have a rock.
There you go.
There you go. That's better.
Nice.
We have Andrew Frost.
How we doing? I play the programmable practitioner, Melvin.
Ooh, that was good too.
Guys,
That was
3 for
really
3.
good.
We are doing great.
Wait, 3 for 3?
I
We've
was
had
like, we
more
didn't
than
like
3
mine?
people speak.
No, I mean like 3 sessions in a row. You guys have all had really great.
Oh, okay.
Well, the first one I knew.
I got it.
Not a lot of us have a
This is
lot of
episode
confidence,
3.
do we?
Yeah.
All right. We left off, guys had just taken the artifact from Godsbin to your fixer, Deathblaze, having escaped the Fury, Jaina Havocan. However, when you touched down at Skyline and went to visit Deathblaze in Club Carcino, the giant space station crab that has been landed on Skyline, you found that Deathblaze was dead by a puncture wound to the neck, and her giant mantis Kydian bodyguard was nowhere to be seen. Taloo Devuna psychically linked to some figures that were entering the club as the music stopped and heard a familiar name might mean trouble for all of you. So, crew of the Scarab, what are you going to do about that?
Well,
Panic.
I've been thinking about this all week.
Good.
I would like to go to the bar.
Okay.
I also haven't. I would like to say first off, there's people here for us.
Yes, that's important to know.
I don't think I actually mentioned that I
was a psychic
sense
link.
people.
That's true.
Yeah. So I will alert before that. You can still go to the bar if you desire, I guess, but we're not in the best place, I guess, to be just dilly-dallying.
Is any vents in this room or anything?
Sure, there's probably a vent. There's a vent in the. It's not like it's probably not the. You know what? It's more fun if it is. It's the size of a a diehard vent. You can definitely climb in it. I was gonna say like it's a space vent, like they probably wouldn't need it to be that big, but it's way more fun if it is that big. So.
On these cramped space stations, they need
exactly.
You gotta get a lot of airflow.
That's how they pump the music in.
They are going into the ventilation shaft.
You see a vent, and actually, you see that the vent is open. The grate is hanging off of it.
That's where the mantis went. Okay.
That could make sense.
Yeah.
Or where the assassin came in.
Oh, that's also true.
Chaag, stealthy as ever, you make your way out into the bar. Now, normally I would say that a giant rock man would draw attention, but this is a popular club in a giant city planet, so you pretty much don't stand out at all. You make your way to the bar. The magnets. I see Pappy and Taloo, and we'll also jump to Jane and Andrew or Melvin.
Yeah, before Chaag opens the door to head out, I would like to have gotten into that vent.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I just, like, if I sense that this person has some kind of link with me, can I try and, like, give them a headache or something? I want to, like, cloud their mind. I don't know if that's a specific, like, ability or if...
Yeah.
I could just give them, like a light headache or something. Just, like, fuck you.
We're going to probably have to roll for that.
Yeah, that's fine.
What if you just like think of the most annoying advertisement that you've had for like a long time on your
187 spaceships for kids?
Yeah, it's a spaceships for kids theme song. That's like this is a good time. It's a flashback of Pappy listening to that song, be like, I love this song. Let's play it again. It's like, Pappy, no, please.
Just Pappy playing Cars for Kids on repeat.
Right. Pappy's going to the vent. Chaag's the bar. Jane and Melvin, what are your moves, if any? Or are you just going to hide here?
Are they in the bar? Do we know where they are specifically?
Taloo has sensed them at the entrance, and
yes.
they're
and
not.
I conveyed that.
They're not moving. They're probably like scoping out, looking for you.
Can you see our VIP area from the entrance?
Oh, there's like a dance floor and various levels of the bar as well. Yeah.
Well, first things first. Let me just get into character.
There you go.
All right,
crack it open.
I think Jane will turn to the rest of you. Jane turns around like ready to give a plan and just sees Pappy halfway into a vent already.
Chaag just gone for the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Jane's like, all right, I will adjust my plan. Look, everybody just play it casual. We need to spread out and divide. Stay on comms all time and check in every couple of minutes, all right? If they see us as a group, they'll spot us a lot easier. But it's a busy club out there. We could probably just slip by unnoticed or, sweet talk our way out. We got way more opportunities out there than we do got in here.
What are we doing with the box?
How big is the box?
It is a little large. So it's the artifact the size of a beach ball, and the box, it goes around the beach ball.
All right, then.
So it's like
probably hanging in the vent with me.
Will it fit in the vent?
It's like 3. It will. I don't think it'll fit in the vent. No.
It won't fit in the vent. You let me take care of that. I'll hold on to that. Everybody just scatter out.
But they're looking for you.
Jonas, what do I need to roll for my headache?
Well, that's up to you. In Scum of Villainy, you pick the action that you want to roll with, but there's also, the code of honesty bounds me to say it's probably a tune because that's the action for using the eye. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I was rolling too and not just
absolutely
throwing some die for no reason. Okay, I got a 5.
Okay, a 5. You give a headache. You can't see them right now, but you feel kind of some psychic like,
yeah, good.
Blue bitch.
They know it's you.
No,
all right.
They the consequence at the end of last episode was they locked onto your mind as well.
That's true.
But do they know my color? I guess so.
As evidence.
They're connected to your mind, so if you know your color.
My mind is also blue.
I'm blue is the color of your energy. That's how you give them a headache.
Melvin, what are you doing?
So I know that we had checked the body and we saw the puncture marks. Is there any kind of like weapons or anything else of use on
Deathblaze? Yeah, Deathblaze has a blaster inside her coat. Probably has like some power cells. She might have another cred stick kind of tucked away of like her personal encrypted one.
I'll start patting her down.
You grab all those things I just said.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You just do it.
Appreciate it.
And then you split off and start trying to sneak your way through the club?
Yeah, I'll kind of stay close to Chaag.
Okay.
Real fast before we split off. So I'm going to say to Jane, I think they know who I am. Should I just hide?
They know who you are. How do they know who you are?
When I sensed them, they sensed me back. So
Oh, right. That weird mind stuff that you do. All right, then. And did you tell Jane that they know who she is as well?
No.
Okay. Then.
I don't think they know about... I don't...
One of the words they said that you saw in their mind was Dexheart.
Right.
Oh, Dexheart? okay. Duh, that's your last name.
I was going to say,
do you
did not
mention
reach
that?
so that was Jane.
I never
Did
knew
you
your
mention that
last
to
name.
Jane at all?
Then yeah, I will
no,
say...
they don't know about you. They're
that-
just looking for someone named Dexheart. I don't know who that
We
could
gotta
be.
find this
There-
Dexheart person who could be
Sorry,
integral
I'm
to all
new
of
to
this.
the crew, guys. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yes, they do also know that you are you.
All right. Okay. All right. I can work with that. I mean, that's not good. That definitely puts us a bit of a advantage.
Yeah, so then maybe we both should hide.
I don't think so. I think we go for a bait and switch.
Where'd
A
be?
little loop-de-loo, if you will.
Okay.
A barrel roll, if you will.
A barrel roll, if you will.
All right.
Look, we just got to keep them on their toes. We got to keep them distracted. If anybody could lose these people into a crowd, it's you, Taloo. Seen you do it 1,000,000 times. Well, only like 12 times because I haven't known you that long. But I got confidence in you, Taloo.
Sure.
Look,
Thank you.
let them see you. You let them follow you, and then you lose them as quick as you can, all right?
Oh. Okay, yeah, sure, I can do that.
All right, let's jump up to Pappy as you clamber up into the vent. Probably need to stand on the table to get in there.
Yep.
And
It's not very comfortable.
what are you looking for up here? What are you expecting to find?
I'm looking to basically be able to get the drop on anybody if anything goes down. So I'm looking for like a vantage point.
Okay, so you clamber up in the vent and you are immediately affixed by a small frisbee-sized spider drone. That is this little black mechanical spider droid with all kinds of weird gadgets, that it can kind of deploy at will. And it's kind of on the wall of the vents. You kind of have to tilt your head as you look at it. And it beeps a couple times and then skitters away down the vent.
Shoot. Is it like completely gone or do I have time to react?
You can chase after it for sure.
Great. I would love to pull out my grappling hook and try and hook it with the grappling hook.
All right, I'm going to say because it kind of surprised you here, this is going to be a
Sure.
roll, but there is not a big consequence here. This is a controlled position.
Yep.
Although it might try and sting you or something. So you're going to go ahead and roll. You can tell me what kind of roll you want to make there.
I'm tempted to say I would love to roll rig because this is not what a grappling hook is intended for, but I can see how it would probably be like scrap or something like that as well.
It is probably scrap, but I think in this case, rig is an acceptable alternative. I think that makes sense to me.
Great. I would love to roll rig instead.
Yeah,
There you go.
All right, that will be a 5.
I pilot the grappling hook.
Yeah, you
Surf it down.
you
kind of do.
finagle the gun out of your overalls, fire, wraps around the leg, then squeals and digital beeps and screams, and then as you recoil and it comes back with a 5, it is going to tract, and as it comes flying toward you, you see this needle on the underbelly directly for your face, and you're going to take a level 1 harm poked. As it jabs you in the face, unless you...
You just see as it's flying towards Pappy, his eyes just sort of widen and it just right into his forehead.
Right. You luckily tell that whatever substance it might have used this to inject people with is drained, so you just have a hole in your head. And we're going to come back to Pappy in a moment. Chaag and Melvin, you guys approach the bar together. What are you guys up to? What's the plan?
I am going to go up to the bar, about to order, put one finger up as if signaling the bartender.
Okay.
And at this point, I imagine I am basically camouflaged and invisible. Even the bartender cannot find me.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
There you go.
Okay, you're just gonna stealth out there. I get it. I love it.
I'm invisible.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that either. That's wonderful. Melvin, are you gonna try and mimic the same thing, or you have a different idea?
Jack, what is it that you're doing exactly?
I'm ordering a drink.
But I'm like so stiff.
Yeah.
I'm only moving my eyes to acknowledge Melvin.
Are you okay?
I
Are you experiencing some kind of muscular dystrophy?
no, I'm fine. I just want the beverage.
Oh. Is now the time for such action?
There has literally never been a better time.
We're gonna jump away as Chaag tries to explain to Melvin the finer points of ordering drinks. Jane and Taloo, what exactly are you guys doing here?
I guess I'm gonna try and execute your plan and just try and leave.
That would be for the best. Before you head out, Jane holds up a hand and just, Pappy, do you got eyes from up where you are by any chance?
You just hear this.
Pappy, you okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm not in position yet. Ran into a little, pest problem. I'll be there in a sec.
Okay, let us know as soon as you got eyes, and then Jane will nod at Taloo. And Jane's gonna wait a couple seconds after you exit.
I
Cool.
feel like
Should
I got
I-
so many eyes.
Should I wait for him to be in position to get a sight of what's going on, or just go for it?
I think we're just playing this by ear right now.
All right,
I think
then
it's
I'll
up to you.
I'll go for a walk. Why not have a little risk, right? Yeah, I'll just,
Yeah, there we go.
yeah. I'll just put my hands in my pockets, straighten up, and just kind of then immediately become very casual and just walk out like nothing's wrong.
So Taloo, yes, you're trying to just kind of play it cool. So there's no really role for that. You're just going to try and blend in with the crowd a little bit, but try and catch their attention. Jane.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch their attention specifically.
Yeah.
So
Jane, what whereabouts are you heading? You trying to be stealthy? You trying to?
Jane is kind of stealthy, but there's no real way to hide this enormous box yet. I have a plan to hide it, but I need to get to the bar from where I am.
Okay.
Is the only problem. That's why I needed Pappy's eyes. That way then I could,
Understood.
try and avoid some of these people, or Taloo to distract the people enough.
Yeah, so let's see how Pappy's doing. Pappy, you get this spider drone. I'm going to say, as the technical expert that you are, and because you did roll a 5, I'm also not going to make you roll to deal with it any further. You kind of managed, with a twist of an astro tool, you managed to quickly disable the drone.
Oh, I don't want to kill it. I just want to. I'm just turning it off. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Prevent
Okay, great.
it from I don't know, causing you any more trouble for now. Get back into your overalls.
Yep. I got
And,
lots of pockets.
you again. This is There's nothing to roll here. There's no consequence. You mose your way through the vents, clambering. It's a little bit cramped on your creaky old bones, but you make your way through. And you get to a grate over the dance floor where you can see people partying. You can see Taloo kind of weaving her way, Chaag and Melvin at the bar, and far end of the dance floor, opposite the bar, 3 figures that you presume are looking for you. Because actually, I'd said people are dancing, but that's a lie. The music has stopped. People are complaining because they are able to dance. Although some of them are still just shaking it without any sound at all.
Those are
space
people who are
headphones.
high. I
brought music from home.
It's a silent disco now. It's catching on.
Sounds like some recreational fun times were
These
had.
3 figures come around from the entrance. You see, first one is this massive figure rivaling Chaag in size and shoulder width, all black armor, completely matte. Looks like they've been cut out of reality, and a big cape. Next to them is a tall, pale, thin, long-necked figure with a bulbous head and a long, fancy dress. And the third person is another Cortex with kind of a blue shimmery color that appears to be acting as a bodyguard for one of these 2 figures. And as they come around, they're like looking, and you can tell that they're the ones who commanded the music be stopped. But as they enter the dance floor and they don't say anything else, there's someone who's like, "Hey, put the tune box back on!" And the thumping club music returns, and people again resume dancing.
Nice. Got a new band name for them. Fury and the Killjoys.
Ooh, that is a great band name.
That was really
That is
great.
a wonderful band name. So Pappy, you have eyes. Taloo, you're certain that this person, you're not sure which one of them you have. Actually, you probably do. You probably can tell that you have locked on to the mind of the tall, long-necked one, who you now recognize as the person who you stole the diamond necklace from in the first place. Jane.
That makes sense.
Jane spoke to.
We're best friends.
Yeah. And So you can tell that that's who you've locked onto. They, in the same way that you can kind of tell it's them, they are about to lock onto you as well. So you definitely are going to get their attention, and you can start trying to make your way out to try and lose the tail.
Yeah.
Chaag and Melvin, you're in pretty much perfect stealth at the bar. So you guys just tell me when you want to, hop out and do something else. That's just
amazing.
Jump in whenever you want. And Pappy now has eyes on the dance floor. So Taloo, yeah.
I want to obviously side eye her as I make my way out. I really want to confirm with her, follow me.
And it seems to work. You kind of try to slip your way through past the bar toward the back end of the space station and out a rear exit, and they start to make their way around the edge of the dance floor, following you. Yeah.
Can I want to also, communicate through the communicator. I'm going to be, Dexheart, I think this is your friend from the train.
The one with the neck? The one who is all neck?
All neck.
Necula?
All neck, no booty.
Oh, jeez. That's not how Jane likes him. Pappy, you got eyes on him?
Yep, I can see everything.
All right, then. Melvin, can you meet me at the far end of the bar? Chaag, can you get attention of Maggie away from the far end door?
Yes, Miss Dexheart.
Maggie?
The bartender.
Oh, I haven't seen them. Are you sure there's a bartender?
I think there is a bartender. Pappy, do you see the bartender there?
I can't say I have any eyes on the bartender.
I've been trying to order a drink.
The bar has been adapted from a space station command console, so it's one of those circular bars. And yeah, Maggie, it's also huge because it's a it's a big bar, and Maggie is just on the opposite side of it, just completely opposite.
Okay, so it's not one that's up against the wall and there isn't a kitchen staff door.
There's a kitchen staff door probably elsewhere in the room, but not connected to the bar. Yeah.
Okay, that's where I want to meet Melvin then.
Yeah, okay, you guys do that. They seem to be focused on Taloo. Pappy, you're keeping an eye out. Chaag, you still waiting for the bartender, who will never come.
Well, I mean, maybe, I don't know.
What's the dramatic order to resolve these things in?
I think start with me.
Okay.
It's the most pressing matter.
You know what? Why don't we make this a fortune roll, Chaag? There's no consequence here. We're just gonna see if the bartender notices you. I'm gonna ask you to roll your
prowess. Oh.
Whatever your sway action rating is. Roll that.
Yeah. Okay. So I will roll 2 and
Take the lower. Yep.
Oh boy.
Which is a 4.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. The bartender sweeps by, and kind of by the time your allies have gotten into the positions they're making for, you have a drink in hand.
Okay.
Maggie takes one of her magnetic shakers off the wall, pulls it around a little bit, plops it in front of you. It is, what is it? What is your drink?
It is a Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster.
Yes. All right. Approve. Good. I try not to make too many try to let this setting be its own thing, but that one just slotting right in there. That's exactly what it is.
I heard about it in a really nice travel guide.
Yeah, travel guide. Yeah, absolutely.
And now it feels like my brain's being smashed out of its casing with golden brick wrapped around a lemon.
Yeah,
peel
you're gonna take level 2 harm gargle blasted.
Yeah,
that's not a joke.
Blasted.
You brought this on yourself.
No, I like it.
How does one remove the condition gargle blast?
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
I
think Taloo, let's see what's going on with Taloo here. You sort of make your way through the back of the club, trying to see these people on a chase, not lose them quite yet, until you get into the back corridors and rooms of this once space station that now is no longer just most of it is unoccupied because most of it's focused on the club areas. What is your method for losing this tail?
So I guess I'm usually used to kind of finding a shadow or a group of people to kind of Assassin's Creed my way into.
So stealth.
There's a group of monks walking by with their hoods on.
There was human.
And they're all blue, luckily.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
The blue men are actually
the blue men group is on the stage.
They're just terrifying corridors.
Yeah, they're walking around with one of their
they're
pipe
percussive
drums.
monks.
Yeah.
They take a vow of silence.
Yeah, I mean, it all checks out.
Yeah, that weirdly works. I think that's canon now.
So, but there's no, you're not going to find any shadows or people, but there are plenty of nooks and crannies and rooms you could duck into here.
Yeah, I guess me being by myself, I guess I'm going to try and do a bob and weave through different rooms and try and lose him that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that would be like a skulk roll.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that for me. This is again risky standard here.
It sure is.
Pappy, are you gonna stick up in the vents once you see them kind of moving after Taloo? What is your next move?
I think I'm going to try and keep eyes on Taloo and make sure that she gets out okay.
Okay.
I'm just covering her back.
That sounds like you might want to assist Taloo.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that counts. That's plenty of an assist. So if you want to spend 1 stress, you can give Taloo an extra die.
I would love an extra
yeah,
die.
I'll take a stress for that. Absolutely.
And Taloo, remember, you can also push yourself or spend a gambit.
For now, I'll take the assist and see what that gets me. Nice, that was a 6.
Splendid.
Hey!
You expertly kind of, using your lock, you managed to kind of more easily, you have a better control over your mental connection than this figure does. So you kind of easily manage to juke them out, and then once you've woven through a series of rooms, cut off the connection and leaving them kind of stranded in the back half of the station as you slip back to the dance floor to rejoin your friends, with Pappy above you at every move, which you probably sense through your just general purpose, just like, oh God, he's watching me. Or oh, by the eye, rather. But yeah, you successfully make your way out of that situation. They're obviously going to, they're not dumb. They'll come back pretty quick. But for the moment, you have led them astray. Jane and Melvin.
All right, we're over by the service exit. Also on the way over there, Jane pretended to be drunk, bumped into a bunch of people, and gave one of them her wide brim cowboy hat.
Nice.
As if she's doing like, this will look great on you, and just like puts it on and like stumbles away.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of woo girls who are just like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's one girl who's wearing a leather jacket and has like short red hair, and she just slaps her hat on her.
Yeah, perfect.
And makes a mental note of, I will get my hat back later. But hopefully that could serve as a distraction at some point. Anyway, makes her way over to Melvin. And then I would like to do a flashback.
Yeah.
Real fast. To another job where we pretended to be delivery people, where we were actually smuggling some goods. This was one of the first jobs that I ran with Melvin, actually, and we pretended that Melvin was a delivery android and had a cart and a box that was full of illicit alcohol or something like that. I don't know, some rhino booze or something like that. Yeah, so we just like, that way then the plan is in motion like already.
Sure, yeah.
So
that's a 0 stress flashback to just basically have the plan.
Yeah. The only thing that I would say from the plan is that we have like a delivery service emblem, like that Melvin can either mechanically switch out or that we could affix to Melvin real fast.
Yeah, I think that's still 0 stress. That's pretty
awesome.
Small thing to do.
Slap that onto Melvin. We go into the back room right there. Hopefully everyone is distracted or not really paying attention to us. And we find like a box that's, a used box or a box that has like kegs in it that we could put our case into, steal a dolly, and then just wheel it out of there with Melvin pretending to be a delivery person.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me. You're gonna have to. I think because you guys have done so well elsewhere, I think you guys actually just kind of pull this off. There's enough distraction. The club staff are kind of like. The club staff are all on edge because they're worried about these people that came into the club as well. Like, I think you can just kind of slip by here. Once you have this, you guys are just going to try and leave through the front door of the club or leave through a staff exit.
So Melvin is going to leave alone, and Jane, because they know what Jane's face looks like. So this has to be Melvin going alone. I don't want to dictate too much for other people here. Andrew, are you good with this plan? Do you like this plan?
Yeah, it works for me.
All right, rad. Then I think Jane would make her way over to the bar and try and like slip into the crowd close to Chaag, but not next to Chaag.
Trying to exit the bar, or you're just now going to stay at the bar?
I gotta wait for that package to leave first. Then Jane is gonna try and slip out.
Okay, so with that, you guys have pretty much covered all your bases here, so we're gonna probably cut ahead a little bit in this scene, get to the action. Are there any last things people want to make sure of in the bar? How is Chaag doing? Is it gonna be difficult to get him out of there?
I'm holding my head just gargle last. But I see out of the corner of my eye Jane and I noticed that she doesn't come right next to me. But I ordered her a drink, so I just push it down, and she catches an entire pitcher of blue milk.
Is blue milk alcoholic in this universe?
Sure, why not?
It's fermented.
Yes. Rad.
What are you talking about?
Fermented blue milk.
This universe is it's blue milk. I just invented that now.
Yeah, it's not from anything else. This is from the booze cows of Armiglia 7 that just naturally produce alcoholic blue milk.
Oh,
never mind. It's blue orange juice.
You didn't like that much?
I am not being threatened by a small mouse. Please continue the podcast. I'll be here.
So one way or another, you guys all kind of managed to make your way out of Club Carcino and head toward the landing pad where the Scarab is waiting. Obviously, the docks here are much, much bigger than they were on Godsbin. Mackie Wells just ran a little, they had 10 pads maybe. But you can see camped and docked along this strip is another black Corvette.
Ooh.
And they don't seem to have focused on your ship. They seem to have come straight for for Club Carcino here. Melvin, you get to the ship first and put the artifact on board beside its case on the hover dolly that you stole. Since you get there a little bit ahead of everyone else, Melvin, two things. First, there's any certain process of in the ship that you want to take care of or anything like that. You also notice as you approach the Scarab, kind of hidden, lurking around behind one of the docking rods is a tall figure in a shifty rags. And due to the nature of their biology, it is extremely obvious that this is a Kydian, which is to say a giant mantis. They're just kind of lurking around behind the Scarab. What do you do?
Have I had any significant talks or just do I have a general idea of what the mantis bodyguard's name? I'm having
Orchid.
Orchid, yes.
Whenever you've met with Deathblaze, which can be a couple times, maybe a couple dozen times, they have always been with Orchid. Orchid is not very talkative, but you know them.
I'm going to go directly into the ship and I'll start setting up all the controls for an early takeoff if we have to, get the hell out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm just going to have the basic surveillance cameras on the outside of the ship kind of point towards Orchid.
Yeah.
See what they're getting down there.
You spin a camera to the Kydian, and again, they are covering kind of their head and body with these rags, so it's obvious they're Kydian, but not easy to identify them. But with the angle you get on the camera,
who I assume is Orchid.
Well, there's that as well. I mean, it's this is fiction. With the angle you get on the camera, you do see that the figure has the kind of pinkish purple white color scheme of Deathblaze's bodyguard, and they seem to retract when the ship docking ramp opens and lets you on, and they maybe are gonna come approach, but they hold off for now.
As I do go up the ramp, I'll enter comms and report to Dexheart and I guess Pappy as well, because Chaag's a little occupied, Taloo's a little occupied.
I believe I've spotted Orchid. How shall I proceed?
The big old mantis?
To my knowledge, yes. I have not confirmed, but I am facing a 75.6% probability.
Alright then, Will, what are they doing?
Standing menacingly?
Okay, beyond that, Melvin, what are, I don't know, are they on the ship, or where are they?
They are wearing a cloak. I assume to hide identity.
Alright, your main priority is getting that artifact onto the ship right now, and then afterwards, just keep an eye on them, okay? Let us know if they do anything.
Prime directive accomplished. How shall I deal with Orchid?
I just told you how to deal. Just keep an eye on them until we get there.
You can only accept one directive at a time.
New directive, keep an eye on them.
Understood.
Secondary objective complete. What's the new prime directive?
So this conversation, basically as you guys are exiting and kind of making your way through the throngs of people, the sun is just beginning to set. The star Reiko is just beginning to drip over the horizon of Skyline, which is, this huge city planet. It is obviously immensely polluted. So the sky is turning this brilliant orange, yellow, purple, looks like it's on fire almost.
Wow, beautiful.
You guys kind of make your way to the Scarab, basically in a line. Jane and Chaag, Taloo, and Pappy catching up the rears. You had to extricate yourself from the vents. And you also all see Orchid there, and you kind of, as you get to the docking ramp, Orchid kind of skitters out from behind the rod and says, "Wait, take me with you."
I pick up Orchid.
Okay, Orchid is as big as you are.
Did he stutter?
You probably can. I'm just saying.
But I heard that in this universe, Mantis Hollow.
Oh, that was so stupid.
That is.
One of the places we can go, dear listener, is called
there's
Mantis Hollow. Sorry.
Planet called Mantis Hollow. I am immensely impressed. I wish I could give you more credit for that.
I think you should take away a stress or an injury.
Planet.
I'm gonna give you guys a bonus gambit for that. That was
Hey!
your gambits will reset, but I'm gonna keep that one as we go into the next job. That's for
Beautiful.
you, buddy. Yeah.
Good job.
Anyway, Orchid comes up and says, "Take me with you." What do you do?
I guess Jane will speak up. Just like, why should we trust you?
What have I done to you? I need refuge, please.
Look, it's a big galaxy out there, okay? I don't just trust anybody. Pappy, I see you have your hand up. What's going on?
Well, no, not for you. So, Jonas, while this conversation is happening, I want to be doing something else.
Yeah, gotcha.
Oh, sorry, you were just scratching your eye there.
What's Pappy up to?
Seeing the other black Corvette there, I would love to try and get over there and have some fun with their engines.
Okay, I'm going to tell you straight up, you can definitely get over there before they get back to you. Like, getting there and back is not so much a problem. Just looking at it, you can tell, like, and you kind of remember from what you saw Chaag do as well on Godsbin, like, they have some advanced tech. In the limited time you have with just, like, the tools on hand, you're going to be starting at 0 effect here. And you're going to need to push yourself and get some assistance if you want to try and accomplish anything real.
I mean, this is a different black Corvette, or is it?
I think
they're
so.
unmarked, so how would we really know?
There's no real way to know. That's also
It's
true.
different people on it.
There's no way to tell for sure if it's a different Corvette, especially because you can't see the grenade blast marks from the inside. But even assuming they have the same level of technology, like you're like on foot with just your, like, you could maybe do something in a hangar, but on foot at a dock with your tools, you're starting at 0 effect.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, how is the ship docked?
Standard docking clamps and rods. You want to interfere with those? That'll be a lot easier.
I would love to.
That'll be a lot easier. So
I have a fine mechanics kit, which may or may not include some welding equipment.
Weld the feet to the top.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
The spaceship equivalent of tying their laces.
Pappy, as your...
absolutely. So you're going to go ahead and roll here. Since your kit is fine.
Ooh, baby.
This is still limited effect because you're still on foot, but since your kit is fine, it's going to push you up an effect tier here because your tools are so well made. You keep them so well maintained.
Lovely.
And again, you're going to tell me what you want to roll.
Love to roll some rig here.
Rig is a very good choice. I could also see hack to interfere with the electronics or scrap to just blow them up, but
I'm much better at rig than either of those things. So
we'll
we're
come
gonna
back
rig
to
it.
That. Jane, Taloo, Chaag, how are you guys handling Orchid?
I guess while Jane is like arguing, I'd be like, Jane, what? She hasn't done anything to us. We could just let her come.
What are Orchid's pronouns?
She, they, both is fine.
She, they, okay.
We don't know this person, okay? Or bug.
I'm a person.
This person. Excuse me, we're having a private conversation here.
Now hold on, Jay. First you
person.
have beef with the rock people. Now you have beef with bug people. You gotta stop it with the bigotry.
We call it bugotry, actually.
Bugotry, yeah. Thank you, friend. See, if you just go to one HR meeting. Just
look, I mean,
I don't have time for the HR meetings, okay? Look, I got a busy schedule.
It's that space
if
Texas
you open
attitude.
up, you hear something, you learn something. Every time.
I'm going to say, Taloo, you can kind of sense Orchid's surface thoughts.
yeah.
And from what you can tell, she is just like Deathblaze was murdered. She failed as a bodyguard. She needs somewhere to hide. Like there's no malice, at least for the moment.
Yeah, and I'm gonna convey that. I mean, she just lost, the person she was looking after. Just give her a ride, at least drop her off somewhere,
Jane.
How do we know that? How do we know? And now Jane turns back. How do we know you didn't murder your boss for a quick paycheck?
Hold on now.
Tell.
We can all tell because mantis bite would have taken the whole head. Right? This is a small bite.
Orchid holds up her forelegs, which, as an alien mantis, end in these huge, wicked, like bony blades, and is like, "That's not my deal. It was some kind of small drone."
Yeah. Was it a spider drone?
Yeah, it kind of happened fast, but yes.
I knew it.
How do you hold anything?
The forelegs like kind of bifurcate at the elbow, and secondary arms with little graspers pop out.
We need to get out of here. I don't think this is the time.
Yes, please. You at the edge of Club Carcino, you see the figures now emerging from the front.
Yeah, we need to go.
Yeah, Jane like is biting her lip a little bit. He goes, fine, you can get on the ship.
You guys scramble up on board the ship. Orchid skitters up after you. Pappy, what was your roll result?
I'm going to take 2 stress and get an extra die on this because I really want it to work. Yeah, so I'm going to roll 3 dice on this. And we're going to roll. Wow, that could not have been much worse. I got a 3.
Oh,
Wait,
I rolled
what?
2 twos and a 3.
Oh.
That's really upsetting.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Somehow you
don't have to tell me, Jonas.
NOS system.
I'm just trying to think about like consequences here. That's pretty.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot
severe.
of consequences that could happen.
So first of all, we're gonna give you guys +2 heat in the just +1 heat for that in the Reiko sector, as you are first spotted by patrol fleet soldiers who are on the dock here. And they go, hey, get away from that! And you start sprinting back to the Scarab.
As that's happening, Jane is like looking at everybody. Is like, where the hell did Pappy go? I didn't see him leave. And then we just see across the hangar Pappy full sprinting.
and because you guys then had to wait as well to for Pappy to get on board with that horrible failure, the figures catch up to you and they start firing at Pappy as he runs for the docking ramp. Pappy, you're going to take level 2 harm. Blaster bolt in the shoulder. You can resist if you want.
Well, can I protect Pappy at all?
Yeah, I think you can. I think this fictionally makes sense. You can protect Pappy, although you are pretty gargle blasted yourself. But it's the thing you do as the muscle. So yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I would like to try and resist this.
And Jane is definitely going to fire at them.
Chaag, as you see Pappy coming, you back down to the docking ramp. The way protection works is basically someone else will take the harm instead of you and the opportunity to resist. So Pappy, you don't have to resist. Chaag is going to deal with this one way or another.
Okay, great.
And Chaag, what are you doing here?
I am going to kind of make a leap and kind of hold Pappy close with one arm and use my other to kind of block the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to keep running away. And as I like go to guard, it looks like the stone that makes my body becomes denser and spikier and sharper.
You see the kind of transparency sort of swirls and becomes more opaque as well.
Yeah. And I'm just using my Xeno ability because in this game, when you play a Xeno character, you get to restructure your starting ability. So it's more focused on a new alien strength that kind of would work better. So if you had like a character with, say, tentacles, you might have like a tentacle attack or some sort of tentacle ability. But me, I have rock hard.
Oh, no.
What are you guys laughing?
Oh, no.
No, what are you talking
I did
about?
that for you, Seth.
I don't know. You're just hard as a rock. I
Chaag,
guess.
we
That
really
makes
got to
sense.
rebrand you just like a little bit.
I'm just super, really up, just.
I mean, after being gargle blasted, that's impressive.
Let's get off of this. Let's get off of this track.
All right.
Good for the one joke. Let's not do any more, please.
Anyway, I'm gonna take 2 stress, and that's what it takes to fend off some blaster attacks.
Yeah, absolutely. So you, as Chaag leaps out of the docking ramp, grabs Pappy in one arm, and just starts sprinting back to the Scarab. And Pappy, you're like, ah! And you do feel like the rock kind of digging into you a little bit, but it's much less painful than the blaster bolts you can hear thudding and bouncing off of Chaag's shoulder here. And he doesn't seem to flinch at all. They just go pew, 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 off into the distance, probably going to hit someone on Skyline down in the Undercity at some point. That's a story for another day. You guys all scramble on board the Scarab, kick the engines into gear. You don't have, this time, there's not a full Corvette armed and aiming at you, not a whole squadron of troops. It's just the one black armored figure that's shooting at you with a blaster rifle. So there's no real risk here as you pull the ship up and jet off into space. And with that, having technically just now completed your payoff, that is the true ending of your first score.
I would like one final flashback.
Absolutely.
It's just Chaag going over to that group of like woo girls and be like, hey, just like lumbering through all like a bull in a china shop, like, how's everyone? Whoop, and I'm gonna fall and hit the ground hard. And it's so embarrassing that people just immediately start walking away. And a bouncer comes over and is like, sir, can you leave? What? Why? It's like, I think you've had too much. They kick me out. And then I get up. The camera lowers. You see that I have Jane's hat.
Okay.
I love
Resolved it. Good.
And back on the Scarab, Jane is sitting down without a hat, and I just planted on her head.
Adorable.
And put Pappy down with my other arm.
Oh, that's so great.
There's a blaster hole in the brim of the hat.
It's not the first one.
And all right, crew, we have made it back to the Scarab. You are pretty much home free. And with your first job done, payout collected, but artifact still in hand, we have to figure out, what are we going to do next? It's kind of on you. You guys have some long-term projects you want to work on. You have some questions that need answering. But in the meantime, you need to take a job to get enough money to pay for your ship. So you need to figure out, you can reach out to your contacts. You can reach out to any of the many factions in the CETA sector you know of. Probably everyone has work at some point. Or if you don't want to do any of that, you can just try and find something to do with the supplies you already have. Try and find someone who would maybe buy this artifact or to research it or just stage a heist of your own. The options are galactic, you might say, which is actually a lie because it's only a very small part of the galaxy. But in terms of scale, their actions are sector-sized.
I mean, we are working with several galaxies, technically, right?
It's
or solar
systemic,
systems,
right?
No,
rather.
solar systems. One galaxy,
right.
many
there
systems.
It is. There it is. I'm good at space.
What kind of thing is the crew looking for next? Are we focused on the artifact? Are we focused on making money? Are we focused on these pursuers? Or are we just focused on crew business? What do we do next?
First, I will check how much money was on that credit shit.
Yeah, there was a full 6 cred on that credit sheet.
Whoa.
Which is the
Okay.
agreed payout for that job. Deathblaze offered you. It seemed whoever killed her didn't care.
So one of the friends I could have is just a gun.
Yeah.
I'm friends with my gun. I talked to an inanimate object, or it's a talking gun, or
No, it's just to represent that you have there is a gun that is so recognizable or famous that you can use it to kind of as a contact, basically, because you can use it to threaten people into doing what you want. Or if you mark it as your rival, somebody else has that gun and it has a bullet for you, is how it's phrased, which I really like.
Ooh.
now I get that. That's cool.
And so what is the plan here, game? Mechanically, basically, you downtime is something you get after you do a score and therefore have the money to pay for downtime. As in, like, you can pay for your food and your shelter and all that. But so while we do have some lingering downtime stuff, you guys need some cash flow to make it happen. Payoff usually comes before that. We skipped around a little bit for this, but that is part of this. You guys are now on the run. You need to be able to hang out and have some kind of cash flow. Casey?
I think, like, as we get further away from where we just were and kind of the heat is down a little bit, we're not being actively chased. Pappy is going to try and get everyone together. And he says, so I met a little friend in the vents there. I'm not sure if something we should look into. And he reaches into one of his overall pockets and pulls out that spider bot. I kind of want to see if we can find any more info about it. I can fiddle with it, see if I can maybe reprogram her. Chaag, you might be able to help me out with that.
I could try.
Or maybe Melvin.
Well, hold on. And I want to gesture to our new friend, Orchid. Is that the thing that did the...
Orchid confirms that is the thing.
Yeah, Melvin, if you want to compare the stab wound on Deathblaze to this one right here in the middle of my forehead, that would be great confirmation.
It's
You got
funny
stabbed?
every time.
Yeah, I might have a little bit of whatever that was in my system. Might have led to some bad decisions.
Are you okay?
It's fine. But in terms of cash flow, I know we're a bit short even after that, but I feel like we could kind of two birds this.
What do you reckon, Pappy?
Well, I know somebody who might be able to help us with the cash flow, and in exchange, we might be able to... They also might be able to help us out. I'm not too sure. Dude's a bit of a... Well, how do I best put this?
Pappy, spit it out.
He's kind of full of himself. He's a pilot. I helped him kind of climb the leaderboards a little bit in the pro racing sector in Jonas. Where would a place for pro racing happen?
Skyline?
Skyline?
If you're talking about spaceship racing or speeder racing.
Ooh, good question. Probably ship racing.
Ship racing is mainly in this sector. The hot spot, is in Fade, because the dual star system there creates this. There's a constant coronal mass ejection between the two stars that racers like to race through as kind of a daredevil thing.
Ooh,
primarily,
cool.
that is where the primary domain of the Sun Skippers faction. They're like the speed freaks in the sector, but because that's where they are, other racers also like to hang out and Fade.
I kind of helped him get to the top of the pro racing sector in Fade.
All right. And how can this guy help us out?
Well, he's got some cash flow, owes me a couple favors.
What kind of job could we do for a racing group?
Well, it's not necessarily his only enterprise.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, I don't got any other guys. I know people all over the sector, but I don't know anybody needing any favors right now. So, yeah, and we could probably get the ship refueled there and maybe even get it a little bit retrofitted if we get some extra cash flow here.
It's definitely the place to go if you're looking for parts, I can tell you that.
All right. I say that we head there. Anybody else disagree?
Sounds good to me.
No, I only know a cop. That's it. And some pirates.
This is good. So we're gonna go see. What's the fellow's name, Pappy?
He goes by Rip Grinner.
Ooh, that's a great name.
Oh, he's a smiley guy.
A real smiley guy. And as Pappy sets course for the Reiko Fade jump gate, and you guys kind of settle in and take a breather for the first time in a while, we zoom out of the ship back down to the skyline of Skyline. Ha 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 ha.
Haha.
And down into the dock, we see that black-clad figure approaching the black Corvette with the long-necked alien and the blue Cortex behind. The long-necked alien is kind of trying to get a word in or make them stop, but the figure's just marching back to their ship without any care in the world. And as the docking ramp of their ship comes down, they turn at last and they say,
Miss Sabrina, I cannot help you any further. Dexheart is a criminal. We will apprehend her and her crew at the first opportunity. And if we can retrieve your necklace, we may. But you should your peace with its loss.
And the figure Sabrina says, Madam Fury, I simply, it is an old family heirloom. And the figure says,
I do not care. Goodbye.
Marches into their ship And Sabrina looks around, looks at her blue Cortex bodyguard and says, well, they are just extremely rude, aren't they? March off, and the Corvette inside, we see that figure pulling up on a screen headshots of all 5 of you.
No! Oh, I was able to avoid that.
As we pan out to the galactic void of space, and that is where we will end today's session.
I just want to play more right now. I love this so much.
We are going to quickly do XP here.
I think I got 3 or 4. The attempted welding of the ship, I think that kind of leads back to a little bit of why Pappy is no longer allowed to own a ship.
The easy one in that is really drives, because that's really just like, are you doing a thing you wanted to do?
That's
take an
fair.
XP for it. Yeah, go ahead and take 4 XP.
I only think I got 2 on the account of doing a bunch of stuff using the eye to deal with the situation. I didn't really do anything in regards to beliefs, drives, or heritage. I didn't feel. I mean, I played my character, but like I know that's a really cop-out way to just be like, I got an XP. I mean, I don't know.
It's the honor system. It's on you. I agree that this was more of an action-packed session, so there was a little less of that to do. But if you feel like you had a moment in there, you give yourself 1, and if you don't, you don't. That's totally fine. It's up to you.
I'll just take 2.
Sky.
Maybe just 1. It could be 2. Definitely 1 for on the ramp of just being like, you can't trust everybody. I think that's definitely expressing a belief.
And the hate against white people. Yeah.
Also just simply calling someone a bug. I don't want to go to that HR meeting. I don't got time for it. Okay, I'll get to it. But anyway, and then the other one that possibly could be, I didn't roll once this session, which is amazing. So I didn't.
Sometimes that happens in a fiction game.
Tough challenge with deception or influence. I mean, it was sort of Jane's plan. The whole like deception of their delivery bot. Margaret would tell. So that could be perceived as that. So wait,
that absolutely is.
It was good.
Just simply 2.
I think you could even make the case like you did a couple different things with deception and influence. Like there was
the misdirection with the hat,
the plan,
I'll
the hat,
take it.
the bar. But you know, it's up to you.
3 XP, baby.
All right, and Chaag, Melvin.
I mean, yeah, you really Danny Ocean'd your way through this episode. That was pretty good.
There you go.
And I hope this episode also made clear, like, you know, again, we're not going to roll for everything. Sometimes if you just do something that makes sense, you just do it. And that's cool. That was a tough transition into more narrative games from D&D where like, it feels like if you didn't roll anything, you didn't do anything. And it's just something you get into of like immersing yourself in the fiction. Just be like, hey, I had a cool idea and it worked and we don't need to roll. It's great. And there were a lot of those. Chaag, Melvin.
3 XP, baby.
There was that. Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha. Cool.
One more take.
No, you're good.
Okay. 3 XP, baby.
Stop. We need to finish.
Okay, sorry.
Jane, did you get 3 XP?
Jane, XP, baby. How much XP did you get?
3.
Andrew?
I think Melvin only got like 1 XP this game.
Oh.
He kind of just executed orders to the best of his ability. And
yeah, no, you did
kinda
the
just
whole
what he does.
directive thing. That was funny. You pestered me at the bar. That was funny.
I think you addressed a couple challenges with insights. Mostly, I'm thinking of Orchid at the end, but also dealing with Deathblaze, patting down and kind of reading the room.
It was off camera, but you gave me a pill that you usually give Jane for my hangover.
That's true.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What was it?
We'll talk.
Let me see how much I remember that book. Valley and Marsh Gas.
Right? I think it is some kind of marsh gas.
That's good. Yeah.
If y'all are cool with 2, I'm cool with 2.
2 XP. All right. And Chaag.
Chaag's gonna get 2 XP, and 1 is going to be from, you know, it's not really using force, but I was an immovable object, I guess. And I'm gonna turn that on its head, and I'm gonna say that's my muscle XP. And then for role playing, anytime you consume that old jank spirit, you get 1 experience.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Does anyone have anything they would like to plug?
Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Majora's Rose, or follow me on my personal stuff at Rachel Kordell. Boom.
Boom.
Efficient. Wonderful.
Great.
I'm TintenSeher on YouTube, Twitch, and itch.io, where I publish short RPGs and things. And I can out December's Let's Kill Vampire Lord Rasputin and Get Back Home in Time for Christmas, or last month's The Machines We Built, which is another short RPG about robots in the post-apocalypse. Check it out. Thank you.
If you're looking for more RPG content, go out and check out a Twitch channel that I may be a part of at this point. Fingers crossed. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air right now, but they're called Clickety Clackety Roll to Attackety.
Good name.
The plan for that particular stream where I will be in it should be streaming on Wednesday nights. I'll kind of try and keep you updated as I know about things. Just keep an eye out for it. They do still stream. I'm just not in it yet.
Oh, okay.
Maybe nice.
Exciting.
Something to look forward to.
Nice.
Exactly.
All right.
Jonas, did you have one?
Jonas did.
I did mine.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna plug bartenders and those in the service industry. If you're vaccinated and boosted and masked, go out there and support local restaurants and businesses, and make sure to tip generously at minimum 20%. And if you like this podcast, why not leave a review on Apple Podcast or find us on social media at rpjesters or rpjesters@gmail.com.
In relation to messaging us via social media and email, I'm on that all the time and I have very quick responses. So if you have a question about anything or just want to chat, I'm usually there ready to go to answer and respond. So just wanted to throw that out
So
there.
if you want any of your power in the dark theories immediately shot down, or your scum and villainy stuff, Casey can't answer any of the scum and villainy because he's a player.
Oh, I can answer it. It just
I'd
won't
love
be
to see
read.
it try, yeah.
Shout out to you, Alyssa. You know who you are. Thanks for listening.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alyssa. Oh, you
Yay.
angel, you.
Thanks,
Thank
Alyssa.
you.
No, that's
I know that one.
that's a real person.
It is
That's
a real person.
It's a
person.
real factual
Alyssa.
person.
Okay, yeah.
So just to wrap this up here, Jane, how much XP are you getting?
I'm getting 3, baby.
But also, Jane, I want to know, and maybe other people can
Rachel,
clarify for me.
come
how,
on.
How much XP?
Rachel,
though,
please.
So if anyone else also wants to ask.
So,
maybe.
I have a question. I don't know how much XP Jane has yet.
No, she said goodbye. Everyone shut up.
Wait, but how much XP does Jane have?